Day. We took our little kids on a road trip to the Boys and Girls Club in Laurel, Maryland. It's been a while. The gym of Demond Nicholson. Just giving our new coaches a chance.
So, Calvin Ford is out, and Gervonta Davis just made the most shocking move of his career. Yeah, you heard that right. The man who molded Tank into the superstar he is today. The one who stood by his side through every fight, every controversy, and every championship victory. He's out. And trust me, this isn't just some mutual decision like Tank wants people to believe. We know this because Calvin Ford himself went live. And let me tell you, this was heartbreaking to watch. The man was tearing up, struggling to even find the words to talk about parting ways with the fighter he's mentored since he was a kid. Hear me out. This wasn't the sound of a man who wanted to walk away. This was the sound of a man who felt forced to.
Let me explain something to you. Tank don't look at me as coach, he look at me as dad. Do it look like his son supposed to be taking your dad? I don't even feel right. Y'all hear this time? Oh, Tank don't pay his coach. Tank gives me anything I want.
Right.
But I'm a man at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And I'm a hustler.
Right.
Second foremost, I came from that cloth. You know what I'm saying? He watched me lose my house, my wife, my family. He watched me do it. It's bigger than boxing.
Right.
Boxing is just a web.
So what really happened? Why would Tank suddenly drop the one man who's been there for him from the beginning? And let's not forget, this isn't the first time Gervonta has had a messy fallout with someone close to him. Remember his beef with Floyd Mayweather? Could this be history repeating itself? Oh, and here's the craziest part. Tank has been teasing retirement for months now. Could this be a sign that he's making one final career move before calling it quits? We're breaking everything down. The real reason behind this shocking split, Calvin Ford's emotional reaction, and how this could completely change Gervonta Davis's future. Let's get into it. Get this, the fallout didn't just come out of nowhere. If you've been paying attention, you already know that something's been brewing between Tank and Calvin for a while now.
And Gervonta Tank Davis just been released to the public. We know now, December 14th, Houston, Texas, he's going to be facing a very tough opponent in Lamont Roach. Can you tell us a little bit about the history between them two?
Oh man, they've been knowing each other from the amateurs, silver gloves, everything. They grew up actually together, you know. Roach and him, back and forth battles and whatnot. It's gonna be a pretty interesting fight, you know what I'm saying? Because Roach he come to fight. And I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about, oh, why Roach? Because he signed and took the fight, you know what I'm saying? And it's good for the community.
Boxing fans have been speculating for weeks, especially after that awkward moment at the official face-off for Gervonta's upcoming fight against Lamont Roach on March 1st. Reporters straight up asked Tank if Calvin Ford would be training him for this fight. And his answer, I don't know.
Hey Tank, real talk. Will Calvin be with you on this fight? Come on, you Tank?
Huh?
Will Calvin be with you on this fight?
I don't know. We gotta see.
What do you think about the guy yelling in the back? Did that kind of get your juices flowing like you spoke in New York? Some of that extra motivation when someone's talking in the crowd?
Like how that bet was.
The two guys, like the bet, is all this stuff kind of added more?
No, I don't know. You know how people like,
Just
I don't know,
so.
the people that come with the talent, like they always feel like they gotta be tough. And I'm all here for it.
Anything else, guys?
Yeah, one second.
Are you training any differently?
We don't fight in defense.
Are you training any differently from this fight versus other fights?
No, not really. Nothing changed.
I don't know? From the man who's been in your corner since day one? That response had red flags all over it. Fans instantly started whispering. Something was off. Some assumed maybe they had a small disagreement. Others thought they were just keeping their business private. But now, Now we know this wasn't just some minor issue, because then came Calvin Ford's Instagram Live, and that's when things hit a whole new level. The legendary trainer, the man who built Tank from the ground up, went on live and straight up teared up as he spoke about parting ways with Gervonta. His voice was shaky, his emotions were raw, and you could feel the pain of letting go of a fighter he saw as his own son. And this ain't just any trainer-fighter relationship. We're talking about a bond that runs deep. Calvin Ford has been everything to Tank. He took him under his wing as a teenager, back when Gervonta was just another kid from Baltimore trying to make it out. He was there for every major fight, from Tank's first world title win in 2017 to his reign as one of boxing's most feared punchers. Calvin didn't just train him, he built him, helping him capture world championships in 3 different weight classes: super featherweight, lightweight, and super lightweight. And through it all, Ford was always right there, ringside, the loudest voice in Tank's corner, the first to embrace him after every victory. This wasn't just a trainer, this was a mentor, a father figure, a guiding force. And now, that entire dynamic has been shattered. So what could have possibly happened to tear them apart after all this history? Well, we don't know all the details yet, but one thing's for sure. This is about more than just business. Sure, it could be about money or contracts. Boxing is a cutthroat sport. And when big money is involved, things get messy real fast. But more than anything, this is about loyalty.
Hector, he's coming to fight. He had 2 impressive wins already. He's a world champion. You know, to me, to do a lot of talking, taking easy fights. We never took a fight that we was not told what we had to take. We take any fight that they give to us. This is the fight that we asked for. We understand that this fight is the main fight to the other fights. When I talk to him, I'm not talking to little Tank anymore. I'm talking to the grown man Tank. For being with him for so many years, it's amazing to see a kid from a man to a grown man. And this fight is everything. The show, stop playing with him. Give him his props. They still don't want to give him his props, but that's good. We from the mud. We like playing in the mud. The 7th, come and watch this. We're putting everybody on notice. Everybody.
Tank has always had a small, tight-knit circle, and Calvin Ford was at the heart of it. To see this bond break, and to see Calvin this emotional about it, tells us that this wasn't just a business decision.
So we talked about Tank in the business now. There's talk that he could be leaving Mayweather Promotions. He said he was to Brian Custer that, you know, this is his last fight.
Everybody missing, he's leaving. It's business.
Right, for sure.
If it's good business, we're gonna do what? Business.
For sure.
We're not leaving each other, it's just not on contract.
Okay. So you're still gonna do business with Mayweather?
Yeah, got you.
Right.
You have to do business. They brothers.
Right.
They brothers. And you gotta remember, they the best in boxing. You got Al and Floyd. Come on.
But it's just good. How excited for you for him to have that flexibility?
It's good because Canelo do it. Garcia did it. It's been done.
Right.
It's been done. You know what I'm saying?
Something major went down behind the scenes. And if there's one thing we know about Tank, it won't be long before he speaks on it. Because when there's smoke, there's always fire. And this situation, it's just getting started.
Tank was the first one in the gym, the last one out the gym. Tank used to sit on the ring like this and watch me train him.
How old is he at this point?
He was like 7, 8.
Okay.
A lot of stuff that I was giving my son was giving it to Tank. So it was a perfect fit. Tank was like the family, you know what I'm saying? And he used to sit at the table because I had another kid named Ramon Manning. He liked to play with them guns, you know what I'm saying? And when I lost him, I was hurt because that was my first time losing a fighter that you put so much into. Remember, I said, Tank, my money running out. And he just looked at me and said, believe in me, coach. Believe. That's what did it.
When he said that,
It's still,
damn.
I don't hear Tank as the day. I hear Tank as that little boy. Believe in me, coach. And he came in the gym one day and he said, Coach, I seen it. I said, what you seen? I had all the belts on me. He said, I'm gonna be that dude. The rest is history.
Damn, I got goosebumps, low-key.
If you've been following Tank's career, you already know this ain't the first time we've seen him break it off with a mentor. In fact, this whole situation with Calvin Ford is giving major deja vu because we've been here before. With none other than Floyd Mayweather.
What dirt? What's the name of that?
I see you got your people. Y'all all stepping, huh?
Man.
Nigga, where Derek at? I don't know.
They don't like you.
Speak up, sir. Frank. What that mean?
Off limit. I don't like Floyd, motherfucker.
No, you don't. EJ do the trash talk, make you miss box.
Remember when Floyd took Tank under his wing? It was supposed to be a match made in boxing heaven. The next pay-per-view superstar learning from one of the greatest of all time. Floyd Mayweather put Tank on the map, gave him the platform, and even promoted his fights under Mayweather Promotions. For years, he hyped up Tank as the future of boxing, saying he was the next big thing. And to be fair, Floyd wasn't wrong. Tank did become a megastar. But just like we're seeing now with Calvin Ford, things got ugly.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. You know? I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
At first, the tension between Floyd and Tank was subtle. There were little moments, like Floyd speaking for Tank at press conferences, acting like he was the face of Tank's career instead of just his promoter. But as Tank grew into his own, he started pushing back.
When I say certain things, they say, oh, he's hating. There's no different from when I talked about the thing with Gervonta, for instance. When I said that I need all fighters. I said I need all the young fighters that's making money in the sport of boxing. What I need you guys to do is do this. Brother, it's Chrome Heart, Gucci, Louis, Mercedes. We need to take our money and invest in real estate so that we can live that same great life when our careers are over. So I guess that he took it as, I guess he's the only one that wears Chrome Heart. He's the only one that wears Gucci. He's the only one that wears Louis Vuitton. He's the only one that drives a Mercedes. And last time I checked, we got fighters all around the world that wear top flight clothes that make.
Then came the social media jabs. Tank started throwing shade at Floyd publicly, calling him controlling and manipulative. He didn't like how Floyd was running his career, and let's be real, Floyd isn't exactly the kind of guy who just steps aside.
like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love and hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of this
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it.
This is exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal.
Yeah.
Tank, don't cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
Things reached a breaking point in 2022 when Tank officially left Mayweather Promotions and went fully independent. At the time, he downplayed any real beef, saying it was just about doing his own thing. But fans weren't buying it.
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't follow him for like stand to himself and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So there's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type shit. And a lot of people think like when I be tweeting on Instagram, I be mad. I just be talking.
Fast forward to now, and we're seeing a very similar fallout with Calvin Ford. Just like Floyd, Calvin was more than just a trainer to Tank. He was a mentor, a father figure, the guy who helped build him from scratch. And just like with Floyd, the split seemed mutual at first. But now we're seeing the cracks. Calvin getting emotional on Instagram Live tells us that this wasn't just about business, there's a deep personal rift here. And the biggest question? Who's really pulling the strings here? Is Tank making these decisions himself, or is there someone behind the scenes influencing him? Because the pattern is clear, Tank has a history of walking away from the people who helped him the most. But this time, it might cost him everything.
Another thing I want to touch on is the Floyd situation. You know, Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, Tank is Tank, man. But at the end of the day, you know, the man is chasing greatness. And you should be supporting that. I always tell you that. You should be supporting that, you know. It's a rocky road that we seeing what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story is going to be built itself, you know. But again, that's how you burn bridges. Somebody said, this is the true colors of a person that's coming out, man. They can't stand it, you know. Calm is I don't like using that word calm, you know, but our Lord knows. He knows. He knows. He knows.
Now here's where things get even crazier, because Tank's retirement plans might be the biggest reason behind his fallout with Calvin Ford. And if you weren't paying attention, you might have missed it.
25 is after next year, I'm out of it.
After our second fight? You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight? Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
At his face-off with Lamont Roach, Tank dropped a bombshell. 2025 will be his last year in boxing. Yep, you heard that right. The same guy who's at the top of the sport, undefeated, a knockout machine, and still in his prime, is already thinking about walking away.
Why are you retiring?
What changed? What made this shit trash, garbage?
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment. and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything? Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford and or Leonard Edelby usually they're around to?
You think you might regain the love for it though? You never know. Like like you said, you got to swap today. Okay.
And let's be real, he's been teasing this for a while now. Tank has hinted at retirement multiple times over the past few years. Whether it was social media posts about being tired of the game, or interviews where he talked about life beyond boxing, it's clear his mindset is shifting. And if that's really the case, then maybe, just maybe, that's why he and Calvin parted ways. Think about it. Calvin Ford invested everything into Tank's career. He built him, shaped him, and put in years of work to get him to the top. But if Tank is already planning his exit, what does that mean for Calvin? Maybe the two just weren't on the same page anymore. Maybe Calvin still saw years of dominance ahead, while Tank was already thinking about life after boxing. If Tank really is 1 foot out the door, then Calvin Ford might have realized it was time to let go, even if it hurt to do so. So, what do you guys think? Did Tank really make the right move by letting Calvin Ford go? Or is this going to backfire on him down the road? And do you think Floyd Mayweather has something to do with this? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get this discussion going. And don't forget, if you love boxing drama, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. I'll see you in the next video.